All right, hey, honors chemistry. So a majority of us are still struggling and need some extra support and help for doing dimensional analysis. So what I'm going to say is if you watch this video and copy what I do, I will give you 5 points credit for watching and doing what I do. Okay, so I have two different types of problem. One of them is kind of what I call like straight up dimensional analysis, where you just like go and do it. And then another one is a word problem where I could find the units within the problem. Okay? So let's look at the first one. So the first one says convert 930 micrograms, this little UG, U is micro, to milligrams, M is milli. Now, what you need to do is you need to look on your table. There's like a nice little table here. You have these in your notes, and you'll see this and use this later today. I'm going to look for that micro and that milli. So if I look in the micro, that's micro, I'm going to look at their factors. Now, the factors that they give you for micro, it says right across, is 10 to the 6th micrometer over 1 meter, or 1 meter over 10 to the 6th micrometer. Now, from the information or notes that I've given you, this is only in meters, which is a base unit, but we are using grams. So what you can easily do is change this second M to grams. Okay, this is micrometer, 1 meter, 1 meter, micrometer. This is talking about grams. So I'm going to use a different color. I'm just going to cross out that M and put G. G. And so now it'll be 10 to the 6 micrograms over 1 gram, or 1 gram over 10 to the 6 micrograms. All right, I just looked it up because it's something that I have with micrograms. Another unit in here that I have is milligrams, or mg. So if I go and look at the table, m is milli, I get 10 to the 3rd milligrams over 1 gram, or 1 gram over 10 to the 3rd milligrams. Now, it doesn't have grams. If you look on the table, it has it in meters, so here's milli. It has it in meters, but you could change that second letter to grams. So now I have some factors. Let me start setting up my dimensional analysis. So I always start with what's given to me, which is 930 micrograms. So I'm given 930 micrograms. Okay, so I write that down. Now, since I'm given this micrograms, I know when I start my conversion factors and start my dimensional analysis, that micro g needs to go on the bottom in my first factor. So I start by writing my first factor, I put micro g, or micrograms, and I put it in the bottom. Now, I need to find and look for any conversion factors that I have for microgram. I do not have a direct relationship between microgram and milligram. According to this table that you have, there are none that says here's how you go from microgram to milligram or milligram to microgram. It's just here's microgram or micrometer to meter, and here's milli to regular base unit. So I have one for microgram, and the one that I want to use that has it in the bottom is this one. So I looked on that table. That table had 1 m over 10 to the 6 micro m. It has micro in the bottom. So I'm going to use 10 to the 6 microgram over 1 gram. Micrograms are pretty good right now. Top over here, bottom here. And now I could convert that to grams. I cannot convert it directly to milligrams. I can only convert it to grams. This is going to leave me with grams. I'm not anywhere near milligrams yet, so I need one more conversion factor. In the end, I want milligrams. That's what it's asking for. I want to go from micrograms to milligrams. So in the end, I want milligrams. Since I want milligrams, I know I'm going to have milligrams on top. And since I have grams here, grams is going to go here in the bottom. Again, it's kind of like a diagonal. Whatever unit I have on the top left here is what goes on the bottom here. So micrograms is up here, micrograms is down here, and they're going to end up canceling out, which is fine. Then I have grams up here and grams down here. Now I need a conversion that has like the little m for milli in the top. So here are my conversion factors that I synthesized and got together. I have 10 to the third milligram over 1 gram, or 1 gram over 10 to the third milligram. I'm going to use this one. This has mg in the top. So I'm going to have 10 to the third milligram over 1 gram. If I go and do this math, I'll do 930 times 1 divided by 10 to the 6 times 3 divided by 1. If you go and do this correctly on your calculator, you should get 9.3, and I didn't do it on a calculator because I didn't have it in front of me, but if you do it on a calculator, the calculator will give you, so 930, I'm going to times it by 1, divided by 10 to the 6, times it by 10 to the third. I should get 9.3 times 10 to the first, minus first, or your calculator would say 0.93. And the answer is in milligrams. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you use. These both have 2 sig figs. This has 2 sig figs. 2 sig figs or 2 sig figs. Okay? All right, let's do another problem. And if you still are struggling with this, there are so many other videos that I've posted, but this is just like a last minute, like one more time going over. Let's look at this word problem over here now. So over here, it says, when you have a headache, usually take Advil. Great. A grown adult needs at least 300 milligrams of Advil for every 150 pounds of weight. So if I'm 150 pounds, I would need at least 300 milligrams of Advil. 1 tablet is also 150 milligrams. Okay. How many tablets does an adult weighing 230 pounds need to take? So in reading this, let me find conversions and let me find what's given to me. So I have a conversion here. There are 350 milligrams for every 150 pounds. That's a conversion. I'll write that down as 300 milligrams for every 150 pounds, or 150 pounds for every 300 milligrams. These are conversions that I have. These are conversions I have. And 1 tablet is also 150 milligrams. So 1 tablet over 150 milligrams of the Advil, or 150 milligrams over 1 tablet. Great. So I have some conversions, right? Because it says 1 tablet is 150 milligrams. How many tablets? This is something that I want in the end. How many tablets does an adult weighing 230 pounds need to take? So this is something that's given to me. I am given 230 pounds, and it wants to know how many tablets of Advil I need to take. So let's start working with this now. I'm going to write down what's given to me. I'm going to write down that I'm given 230 pounds, right? It says you have an adult that's 230 pounds. And I have to start thinking about converting that number to how many tablets I need. So I need to use a dimensional analysis. So I'm going to start by, okay, if I start with pounds, I know that pounds has to go on the bottom. The only conversion factor that I have with pounds that has it in the bottom is this first one. So I have 150 pounds, 300 milligrams. So this tells me how many milligrams of Advil I need for 150 pounds. But the question asks about tablets. So now I need a conversion factor that's going to help me end up with tablets. And it's going to push milligrams in the bottom. Remember, our units that we have on top needs to be in the bottom. So I have milligrams on bottom, unit on top goes in the bottom, and I want tablets. So the one that I'm going to use that has tablets in milligram is 1 tablet is 150 milligrams. Now I'm ready to start doing the calculations and dimensional analysis. So I'm going to do 230 times by 300 divided by 150. That's how you do dimensional analysis. You multiply by the top number, divide by the bottom. 230 times 300 divided by 150. This gives me a number, which is 460. And then I take that number, I multiply it times 1, and I divide it by 150. And I get an answer of I get 0.06666 tablets. This has two significant figures. If I want to have two sig figs over here, 3.1 tablets. And that will be my answer. So I just showed you two more problems in depth. If you would like to earn 5 points credit, you could watch this video and copy down and follow everything that I do. And following these steps are going to help you understanding and doing more practice with dimensional analysis. If you have any other questions or concerns, make sure you see me or watch any of my other videos doing dimensional analysis.